And she's here now, Sajda Mughal. They're really lovely to see you.
Thank you.
And we're very lucky that you are here because tell us about that day. You changed your routine, didn't you, on that morning?
I did. So 10 years ago, on July the 7th, 2005, for me it was a normal day. I was going to work in the City of London, but I was running late, in fact. I should never have been on that tube, but I ended up on that tube. But I had an OCD or a ritual, whatever you want to call it, to want to get onto that first carriage on the Piccadilly line. But because I was running late, I didn't manage to get onto that first carriage, and luckily I didn't, because had I got onto that first carriage, Jermaine Lindsay was on there, and I probably wouldn't be alive today, sat here.
No, you wouldn't. I mean, as you say, that is where it started and ripped through the train. So we're all very lucky you're here. What can you remember of that day?
10 years on, I still have flashbacks and nightmares, so I remember it like it was yesterday, and I can remember the anxiety and the trauma in the eyes of people on the carriage that day.
Remember the sounds?
The sound, the thick black smoke, the smell, the screams, the panic. And even with my flashbacks and nightmares, I can distinctly see the people banging on the doors, trying to get out, trying to escape. And just the shock and the tears and the crying. But I also remember people coming together, trying to help the injured and those who were hurt.
That's when you see the best of humanity as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know you finally walked home that day pretty much unaware of what had happened. How did you find out?
It was later. Well, obviously I got home first. I needed family support. I wanted to be with them, but it was later that the news started to break that it was a bomb, and that really shocked me. I would never had expected a bomb in the UK, in London, on the underground system, but then slowly the news started to break that it was a bomb carried out by a handful of Muslim males.
And that changed your life forever. Tell us what happened then.
That did change my life. As soon as I heard that bit of information, that's something that I couldn't digest.
That it was done in the name of Islam, in effect.
Exactly, because being a Muslim myself, I know that that's not Islam. In fact, it says to take one innocent life is as if you have taken the whole of humanity and mankind. And they had tarnished the name of Islam. And for me, I couldn't digest that. I couldn't take that in any way. And it left me with unanswered questions, and particularly, how could we have prevented 7/7? And that's what changed my life. And I literally turned my back on the city, on my career within the private sector, to work at the grassroots, at the community. And that's when I came on board to Jan Trust, which is a multi-award-winning women's charity, leading on our work on radicalisation and counter-terrorism, working with families and mothers, particularly Muslim mothers. And what I do with that work is I deliver the world's only programme equipping Muslim mothers to tackle online radicalisation called Web Guardians. And we take them on a journey. We give them the skills to go online, we expose them to online radicalisation, and we provide them with the counter-narratives for them to channel their children's grievances in a positive way.
How startled were you when you first encountered these Muslim mums? Because as you say, mums are the centre of the family. How startled were you that most of them didn't actually know about so-called Islamic State or extremism?
Well, actually, it was shocking. I mean, but I deal with these types of women on a day-to-day basis, so I started to understand. But to wider society, it is shocking. I'll give you an example. In one area where we delivered our Web Guardians programme, in a hall full of Muslim mothers, only 4% knew who ISIS were.
Gosh.
And
why is that?
Lack of education, so not being aware, not being educated in the issue, that disconnect, mothers telling us, well, actually, I don't keep up to date with current affairs. And so that's why our work and my work is very important, to go out there, to educate, to give the confidence and to make that difference so we can potentially prevent another 7/7.
Yeah, and I think, you probably already have had success in what you're trying to do. So lovely to see you.
Thank you.
And thank you. And you must be pleased about what David Cameron's been saying this week as well. Thanks very much indeed. Lovely to see you.